Sam Raimi is a legendary movie director who began making films at a young age. He broke into the business making the low-budget horror movie The Evil Dead, and then he soon skyrocketed to success and even began making bigger-budget studio films like the Spider-Man trilogy. I admire Sam Raimi for his craft as a movie director, and one thing I love about him is his sense of humor and the fact that he isn't afraid to go full schlock. But at the end of the day, the quality is undoubtedly there, making him just one of the greatest filmmakers of our time. Now, what you may not know about Sam Raimi is that his family is actually Jewish, and the original surname was not Raimi, as we're going to be finding out. His grandfather immigrated from Poland in the 1900s, and by tracing him and his siblings, we're actually able to go several generations back on this line. I'm Yonah Paley, and I believe genealogy is fun. Today, we're going to be tracing Sam Raimi's Reingewirtz family from Poland. He was born 1959 in Royal Oak, Michigan, to Leonard Ronald Raimi and Celia Barbara Abrams. His father, Leonard, who ran a furniture and appliance store, was actually a huge influence on Sam Raimi as a filmmaker, as he brought home a camera and would shoot birthday celebrations, but he used film techniques that were used by professional filmmakers in order to make them more exciting. And young Sam Raimi would see this, and it greatly influenced him. Leonard was the youngest of 6 siblings with a significant age gap between him and the others. And actually, his parents, along with 4 of his brothers and sisters, immigrated to Detroit in the 1900s and 1910s, coming from Poland. The parents were Samuel or Shmuel Raimi and Sarah Rose Grossbard. And just like his son, Samuel ran a furniture store. And by tracing him and 2 of his siblings, I was able to figure out through naturalization papers, as well as marriage and death certificates, that the original last name was not Raimi, it was Reingewirtz, and that the town they had come from was called Nasielsk, Poland, a town located some 50 kilometers from Warsaw. The name of the 2 brothers who also came to Detroit were named Zalman and Jacob. And from using Zalman, who went under the name Zal or Zal's ship manifest and marriage certificate, I was able to take the family 1 generation back, which is to their parents, who were named Berek Reingewirtz and Golda Grossbard. Samuel, Zalman, and Jacob had a younger brother named Nachman, born around 1900, who was unfortunately murdered in the Holocaust. His name shows up under a list of Auschwitz death records, and there it lists his parents, Berek Reingewirtz and Golda Grossbard. Now, there weren't many records available for Nasielsk, but I did manage to find a list of voter and homeowner registrations, and there it actually lists the family shortly before they migrated to the United States. There we have Zalman and Shmuel, the 2 brothers, sons of Berek, as well as Berek, who he himself is the son of Raphael Reingewirtz. Thankfully, it doesn't end there, because Raphael is also on one of these documents, and his father is Shmuel. So what this means is that Sam Raimi was most likely named for his grandfather, Shmuel Reingewirtz, and Shmuel was probably named after his great-grandfather, Shmuel Reingewirtz, as is super common in Jewish naming traditions. That brings us 5 generations back on the paternal ancestry of our beloved Spider-Man, soon-to-be Doctor Strange 2 director. And that wraps up our episode. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel. As always, I'm looking forward to bringing you more videos as well as tips and tricks that you can use in your own genealogy research. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll get you next time.